That's very interesting is that Governor Gavin Newsom is learning there's bees in the trap when you mess with Nicki Minaj, right? You've got Nicki Minaj going after him. So, here's what happened. Governor Gavin Newsom is now defending trans kids in sports. Did an interview with Ezra Klein. Listen here.
But we didn't get into trans sports. That's an issue no one wants to hear about because 80% of the people listening disagree with my position on this. But it comes from my heart, not just my head. It wasn't a political evolution.
Your position being that
I don't think it's I want to see trans kids. I have a trans godson. There's no governor that's signed more pro-trans legislation than I have, and no one has been a stronger advocate for the LGBTQ community. But you have to accommodate the reality of those whose rights are being taken away as we advance the rights of the trans community in terms of the fairness of athletic competition.
But that didn't sit well with Nicki Minaj, the rap star who has gained so much notoriety for first speaking out to defend Christians in Nigeria, thanking the president for standing up for that issue. Then the memes that she's been doing with Vice President J.D. Vance. And now she's going after Governor Gavin Newsom, posting this on X saying he, being Newsom, thinks he's Tom Cruise. Only difference is his next mission is impossible. He should get another leading role. Another one. Oh, Gabby Poo, it only gets worse for you, buddy. It's the end of the road for you, my love.
So,
Nicki Minaj, I wasn't familiar with your work, but I'm familiar with it now. Nicki Minaj is going after Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom went on an interview talking about how he supports transgenders being in sports because he has a transgender member and he wants that person to feel safe, blah, blah, blah. We get it. They are people, but they do not need to have special rights to where it impedes on other sexes, meaning females or males. Look, if you want to be a transgender, that's your business. Then we should have a transgender certain sport where there's nothing but transgender. We'll give you your rights. If that's what you want to do, and that's what you do. But why won't they ever have that? It's because the transgender community does not have the money to stand on their own. That's the reason why they're linked up with the LGBTQ plus all that. Transgenders can't stand by themselves because they don't have the money, because not a lot of people support this. That's the reason why they're linking on to so many different types of things with the LGBT community, civil rights, because they use black people. Gavin Newsom is just, what I don't like about him, he likes to go this way, then go this way. He likes to be both ways. But in order for you to put transgenders issues above other things, it's because you have a family member that's trans. Sometimes you got to be real with your family, say, this is not the way. Sometimes you got to start telling your family, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But I still got to care about the American people. Common sense. But Nicki Minaj, man, I don't know what got into her. She's misconservative. I love it, though. I love seeing people standing up for what's right. You see a lot of people that are celebrities, just basically telling you what you want to hear. Selling you things because they're getting paid. They don't care the impact on the culture. Nicki Minaj is standing on her own. She's not worried about you niggas hating on her. She's not worried. And I'm really rocking with her because the things that she's standing up for is substance. Substance. When is our celebrities going to stand up for substance? For real things. For things that actually matter, not the cars, not the Bentleys, not the Lambos. So y'all scared to stand up for stuff like that because you got a master. But Nicki Minaj, man, she turned a new leaf. She really educating. She really putting people on. She's calling out the fake. And I love it. Congratulations, Nicki Minaj. Congratulations, because you've definitely not playing around. You way better than your so-called competition, because it's substance. I don't mind getting on board with substance. I don't mind using your platform to educate your people. See, a lot of people get these platforms and they for sale. They for sale. Gavin Newsom, I don't see him as president because he does not put the people first. He puts his own interests, or he puts the interests that are paying people him a lot of money. Look what all the companies have left California. Now you want to put, you got the most transgender legislator. You proud of that? How many transgenders in America? This is the reason why the trans community can't stand on their own, because there's not a lot of them. And they don't have money. They broke. We say all these people that are transgender and all these things, but what money you putting on it? What money you putting down? But Nicki Minaj, I love it. I really love it.
What she said is that Gavin Newsom is, in her eyes, and I think a lot of people will say he's pretty good looking guy, and she's saying he's gotten away with everything because he's so hot, and that's what she said, and that because of that he thinks he can get away with this and stupid policies, and he thinks he's going to win. And she says this policy of promoting trans is the wrong policy. What we want is healthy, happy kids. And clearly, this trans thing is not an indication of a healthy mental state for your child. We should not be trying to get more trans kids. And frankly, it's a really weird platform to run on. It's so like 2020. What campaign? I thought we broke the woke virus. We started to uncover how this genital mutilation is hurting kids, and the excesses of this trans movement. Why, Charlie, would he think at this moment, with so much going on and everybody focused on the economy and on what's happening abroad? Why is he saying that this trans policy is where he's gonna
especially when you consider that this comes after he tried pandering to Charlie Kirk in that podcast where he said, I'm against having biological males playing in female sports, but I don't hate trans people or something like that, which of course that's like the position that any normal rational person would have.
When we look at Gavin Newsom, he flip-flops. He's trying to please everybody. He knows what he's trying to do. Everybody knows what he's trying to do. He's trying to appeal to everybody, trying to use that great charm, slick back hair, talking smooth. He tried to use Charlie Kirk interview to kind of push him up to make him look a little more, conservative, but not too conservative, because he's still a liberal, because he still represents the Democrats. But he's playing both lines of defense. That's what I don't like about Gavin Newsom. I like a man to lead this country that's going to stick to his points. Hey, if you in charge, if you want transgender, cool. If that's what you want, stick to it. I think the wishy-washiness of Gavin Newsom is what turns off a lot of people. What are you for? We look at Gavin Newsom and say, what are you for? Well, we could definitely say you're not for businesses because businesses are leaving California. We could definitely say you're not really for black people because black people have not moved up. We definitely could say you're not for capitalism. You're definitely not for people having more jobs because look at all the people that are leaving. We could definitely say you're not really for drilling because look at what happened to all the oil refiners leaving. But Gavin Newsom is a person when we look at him, and as a Californian, so we experienced Gavin Newsom. $24 billion have been wasted in homelessness. He has not solved any problems. So what problems has he solved? He knows that putting trans right above everybody else is wrong, but he's getting paid to do that because that's a part of his agenda. That's the one thing about Gavin Newsom. This is the reason why he will lose, is because he doesn't have true talking points. He is trying to appease to everybody. And what you'll see is when you're trying to support something wrong, you got to support something that people like and kind of merge them together. Well, I'm supporting transgender, but I'm not supporting male and female sports. But I'm not supporting the trans hate. Obviously, we don't hate transgender people. We don't like the fact that they are trying to impede on women. But he will never say that. There's no trans hate. People don't come around here. People that hate trans people, there's something's wrong with you, right? We don't hate anybody. We dislike the way that they are trying to take away women's rights. You see things now where they say you don't need a woman to have a baby. You're trying to take over the woman because you know why? Women's rights has a lot of money. LGBTQ community has a lot of money. The trans community by themselves don't have a lot of money. And they're trying to get into one of those fields and dominate it to get the money to further push their agenda.
They don't want biological males playing in women's sports, but if somebody has some psychological problems, their family loves them. It's a crazy idea that he's like somehow taking a brave position here. Clearly, he's not, and he is. But he wants to play this up because, and I think this is all part of the white liberal privilege that these people get away with, and they never get called on.
He's not just taking the issue up. He's saying that I am the leader on it, which was an issue that in 2024 cost the Democrats the election. We'll see how it goes. I love Nicki Minaj leading into this.
I'm Steve Doocy.
It's amazing that Nicki Minaj is standing up and using her platform to expose this, because a lot of people look at him and think that he looks good. That means he's right. That's what it is. People are trying to falling for the charm, but then the real people are really understanding and looking. Yeah, he's a full of shit. I believe that J.D. Vance is going to have a really good chance to win in 2028. Like J.D. Vance, I like what he represents. He's still on board with the same message what Trump is doing, which is great. But with Gavin Newsom, what I tell people is, if you want to vote for him, look at what he's done in California. That's going to be that big knock on Gavin Newsom, what everybody's going to be talking about him, is all the things he did wrong in California. All the things he did wrong in California. That's the reason why Gavin Newsom won't win in 2028, 2032. This would be the last that we see of Gavin Newsom, because look at what you did in California. California got worse when Gavin Newsom got in. Arnold Schwarzenegger had it at the budget at a surplus. Gavin Newsom has it at about 100 million or $1 billion, one of those, but it's a big number, deficit. So is that somebody you want to run your company or run your country when you got a picture on how he did his own state that he's from? So let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell to see all the new videos. We want to keep this thing rocking, keep it going. Daily show coming soon. Let's get it.